I will show you why Bitcoin decline isn't over yet, if Bitcoin might drop to $1, if it shows by analysis, and what many traders are overlooking. So, what's been unfolding in the market recently? Pavel Durov has been detained in France and is facing up to 20 years in prison. He is accused of failing to moderate content and refusing to cooperate with EU law enforcement, which allegedly implicated Telegram in various crimes. This new caused the Tron cryptocurrency to plummet by over 20%, but we'll delve deeper into this later. Now let's discuss the Fed and inflation. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell spoke at Jackson Hole, outlining plans to start lowering interest rates. Gold and the S&P 500 both saw a 1% increase, while BTC made a sharp move above 62K. Powell's speech unfolded as anticipated. The economy is stable, the Fed will prevent a collapse in the labor market, inflation is moving towards the 2% target, it's time to reduce rates. However, he didn't specify when or by how much rates will be cut. Market expectations have adjusted. The probability of a 25 basis point cut in September is now at 67%. This forecast is largely priced in, so significant market moves are unlikely on the next news release. Attention now shifts to September 11th, when US inflation data for August will be released. If the data support Powell's statement about inflation nearing the 2% target, the market could maintain its upward trajectory. Okay, let's move on to Bitcoin. Following the recent major squeeze, when Bitcoin dropped to 49K, the market has largely been in consolidation phase. This week, however, has been some notable movement. We broke out of sideways range with clear levels identified, support at this level and resistance at this level. I previously mentioned on my Telegram channel that we would likely see a rise towards the 63K level. This played out as anticipated. The price moved towards this level on news of the impending rate cut, then surged sharply, exceeding my initial expectations. Initially, we broke through the first range and reacted by hitting the second range, followed by retracement. The current outlook is bullish, but I'm inclined to believe we might experience a short-term price drop. We're currently within this range. Breaking above this level would signal a continuation upward. However, if we settle below this range, is currently our support. We could move lower, back to the consolidation zone. Here and here. There a possibility we might dip into a major player interest zone before moving upwards. This is the second scenario. This scenario would likely involve the price returning to the range, bouncing back and potentially dropping to the level of interest for a major player, which will be a good entry point for a medium-term rally. On August 5th, I indicated that this would be the low, forecasting a sharp recovery the 50-49K level. My advice to prepare for a long position was accurate. Regarding the monthly chart, early in the month we saw a dip, followed by recovery. I expect that towards the end of this month or early next month, Bitcoin might drop to around 54K, 56K level. It seems we're witnessing a repeat of previous pattern, approaching approaching highs near the 70 level. Bitcoin at a high. Grid is climbing to 885, currently at 56. We might face a pullback. We accumulated for 5 months, executed by a massive impulse, and are now recovering. Greed was low, which was favorable for a long position, but the market might need to pull back further. We need a drop in dominance and a final shakeout before substantial growth can be expected. The chart clearly shows the initial impulse followed by the subsequent moves and a strong breakout. We might experience a period of turning sideways movement with final dips at this level. Afterward, we can expect a sharp upward move. Inside the bull market, new heights are typically made, which we haven't achieved yet. So globally, that where we're headed. When the majority believes the real market has started, we'll likely see another minor dip before the truly rally begins. Globally, on the monthly timeframe, we've absorbed liquidity from the lows, covered the previous highs, and closed it completely. Reviewing the monthly chart showed no rationality here. The correction was expected. I had mentioned this. Before the correction, we experienced an original 8-month rally with a slight overshot. Technically, we could revisit this level, which will set up a quick and strong rally. Specifically, I'm not fond of how this month's buyback occurred. The key factor is the month close. A range of 57-56 will be structurally and rationally sound, overall the market will continue to shake, causing traders to feel despair before we witness strong growth. We cannot lose the 54K and 50 level. It's our it's our strong support zone. It's crucial not to lose it. A break below this level could lead to a substantial drop to the 44 and 42 range, maybe here, like here. Don't lose this level. Okay, let's move on, analyze alts and Ethereum. Globally Ethereum, the situation here is more intriguing. Recall that an ETF for Ethereum was recently approved. Since then, Ethereum's price has dropped by over 20%, reminiscent of Bitcoin's behavior when its ETF launched. The total net outflow from Ethereum ETFs amount to $420 million. However, Ethereum is experiencing interesting developments. Significant purchases were made during the early August dump. I created a formula tracking the graph of wallets holding over 100 ETH over a 30-day period. For the past 3 years, a similar increase in whale wallets was observed only at the previous market bottom in spring 2022, after which ETF's price surged 4.5 times. Additionally, we're witnessing extremely low rate. Historically, this is typical at the end of a bear market. On the hourly chart, the situation mirrors Bitcoin's. There's a clearly defined sideways range that we broken out of 2.5k, 2.7k. There's a gap up to 3k. If we drop lower, we could fall to 2.5k, the major player interest zone at most, and then see a reversal after that. But more likely we just approach the upper boundary of the range. Upper boundary of the range. This scenario seems most probable to me. Afterwards, we could drop back to 2.8k, and if we hold above this level, we might move up to 3k, and beyond. The least likely scenario is that we held above 2.k and shoot straight higher to close the gap. However, there's significant liquidity below, and we might drop to capture it. We've left a large wick, and if a larger correction occurs, efforts will be made to grab it. If we settle below this level, we'll likely drop further to this level and this in the near term. A test of these prices is possible. Solana. Not much to elaborate here. We'll see a reaction from one of two levels. Is a correction from 152 with a bounce back to resistance, or a correction to the upper boundary of the range, and two bounce back to resistance. Link, something interesting is starting to happen. Link has a Link has experienced solid growth recently, but it's now cutting off, similar to Matic and several other assets following a strong run. This cooling period is typical after such a sharp rise. We're unlikely to drop below this level, but we might revisit it a point with a significant loss. Fundamentally, the price should not fall about 9.5. If we return to this range, it represents a strong buying opportunity as a reversal zone. The worst case scenario I foresee is a minor dip below these lows, followed by an upward impulse. Link took its time to reach this price. This price is the start of a new growth phase. And now, at the end of August, we're seeing this level. Changes are on the horizon. The asset is already showing sign of a turnaround, with upcoming United States election, potential interest rate cuts, and other positive news likely to impact the market positively. I'm confident that Link is poised to reach 2025 level within the next 6 months, maybe year, and it might even exceed this range. Link is a fundamentally strong asset. It broke its last swing high during the initial bull run, a positive signal. This breakout occurred sharply after a year and a half of accumulation. However, here's the intriguing part. We haven't come close to the previous bull market highs, and many altcoins are still trapped in sideways trends. Here's what money traders might be overlooking. Dot. We have been in a sideways range since 2022, with no significant breakout. There was a notable fails breakout, but the price quickly returned to the range and continued towards the lower levels. This situation isn't complex. We have absorbed liquidity from the lows, and now we're preparing to move towards the upper range of the sideways trend. Gala, the situation is quite similar. Even after breaking out of its range, it moved back to the lower boundaries and absorbed liquidity. The direction is clear. I thought in the short term it's a sure setup. I've shared this insight on my Telegram. Still, the story is much the same, but it's not widely discussed. We are in a prolonged sideways range, and over the next 6 months to a year, we might see a sharp breakout. What happened in March is insignificant compared to what's coming. The bull market was exclusive to Bitcoin. Altcoins haven't even begun. Most of them have remained in sideways movements and are now at their lower boundaries. They're likely to stay in these small ranges for a while longer before surging upward. This pattern is seen with most altcoins. Don't think I am only highlighting a few. Many altcoins are currently in sideways ranges with attractive long-term prices. Matic, Aptos, ICP, etc. Regarding Matic, we have dropped from a crucial level to 0.53. You will lose this level. Matic could fall to 0.5 and potentially even to 0.46. This is not usual. The asset is cooling off after a period of overheating. We observed 60% increasing in one day. We're also experiencing sideways movement. With the US election approaching, significant changes could be on the way. Imagine if a pension fund were to be tied to Bitcoin. If Trump wins and fulfills his promises to partially store US savings in Bitcoin, we might see Bitcoin reaching 120k, 150k with ease. Now let's discuss some assets that differ from the previous ones. Done. Firstly, we have removed substantial liquidity and enter the order block. I'm buying at these levels and have entered the position. Non-positive growth as detailed in my Telegram channel. If the situation doesn't go as planned and we settle below this range, here, we can see a drop to $3 or maybe lower. I hope Duro will be released soon and will contribute even more to the crypto world. Stark is exhibiting typical behavior for a newly listed coin, undergoing a correction while being reaccumulated. Technically, it look more promising compared to other new projects. We have formed a descending wedge pattern that we are close to breaking out of. Large volumes are starting to enter, indicating whale activity. Locally, the coin has ceased making new lows and has been in a consolidation phase since the beginning of the month. It's trading between support at point 0.54 and the resistance and 0.49. 41, sorry. On the lower time frames, we're excited a local sideways range 0.35, 0.37, and are heading toward the upper boundary of the land range. If you're considering a long position, focus on support here. Alternatively, you can wait for a breakout of the consolidation and enter of a retest of the level. We must not lose this level. If we settle below it, the path downward will be open. Tron. The popularity of Tron is linked to Justin Sun, who recently launched a platform for meme tokens on the Tron network. Some of these tokens have surged dramatically, boosting demand for Tron. Globally, Tron is in a broadening wedge pattern. Currently, I anticipate a scenario similar to July 2023, a rise followed by a drop to the lower ranges around 0.125, while the rest of the market may rise, Tron likely to fall. Like you, I'm not optimistic about Tron's future. The launch of a meme token generator isn't a game changer. It might take some more share from Solana, but Binance is also aiming for this market segment with its platform. Therefore, I don't expect significant result in the next year or two. Ordi. On the 4-hour chart, Ordi has broken out to the upside, reaching 46. In the short term, I expect the asset to pull back to the support zone at 41, from where an upward impulse may occur. However, we might see a drop to this level, 29, and if it settle below that, we're likely to head towards the equal low at 26.75. From there, a mid-term long position can be considered. So in the 29, 26, 75 range, you can start accumulation and mid-term long position. Join my Telegram channel for signals, market discussion and insights. Train with me on BingX and build your future. You'll find both link below. See you there.